We're basically cyborgs, bro. We don't go anywhere without our phones. Wait till AI is integrated into every aspect of humanity. Somebody creates an AI that puts Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha all into one, and people start worshiping the church of AI. Just wait for it, bro. Watch it. Clip this. Wait for it, bro.
I'm gonna continue talking while this guy goes absolutely fucking bananas right in front of me. You know what you remind me of, bro? A fucking pirate. Just a guy that travels the Caribbean. If only you could see underneath this table.
Bro, this is the final boss. If you break into my house, so the 3-armed security, they can call 5 more and touch the button. You met them on the way in. Well, the big steel door, if you get past my security, you neutralize all of them. You somehow get past the big steel door with welders. The reinforcement team don't turn up. You then have to break through this door, which is fingerprint access, as you probably saw. Then it's me, Andrew, and Luke all armed with machetes in this room. So this is the final boss of the trying to fuck with me game.
They live in a state of quiet shame. So they're ashamed of their habits, they're ashamed of what they do, but they don't change. AKA, they're always living in a low state of vibration. And you see them walking around, they walk unhappy, they operate unhappy. When they interact with people, they are unhappy. Why? Because they're not the best versions of themselves.
People need to start studying words, even just looking at money. Look at a bank. What is a bank? What is also a bank? A river bank. And what does the river bank do? It controls the flow. The flow of what? The flow of the currency. It's also controlling the what? The flow. The flow of what? The cash flow. So what? Money moves like water. So if I understand where the water is going to go, I just have to position myself where the cash flow is going to be next, and I will get wet. Welcome to the big leagues, motherfuckers.
You know what the biggest issue is between the elite and people that make no money? Financial literacy. Most people are financially illiterate, and it's a language. Finance is the language of the elite. Just like Latin used to be the language prior to the peasants being able to have access to read the Bible, they would have to go to the elite, the popes, in order to get what? In order to get the wisdom, because they couldn't read it. Nowadays, most people are financially illiterate, and it's in that financial lack of literacy that people get fucked. Why do you need a lawyer? Because you don't know the law. Why do you need a tax attorney? Because you don't know tax. Yeah, you don't need to know all of it, but if you don't know the basics, anybody can finesse you.
I haven't got my screen fixed in 2.5 months. Here we are in London. This place says screen fixed in 10 minutes. Shout out to whoever's in here. We're gonna shout this motherfucker out. In 10 minutes, I will either have no phone or I will have a fixed screen. So time gap, baby. 10 minutes?
No, within 30 minutes.
Within 30 minutes? So why does it say 10 minutes outside? Lesson number 2. Phone not fixed. Why? For a few reasons. One is it doesn't take 10 minutes, it takes 30 minutes. That is false advertising. Automatically, I'm already a little bit suspicious. I'm like, are you gonna fix it here? He's like, yeah, I fixed it here. And then he wants to take my card. And he's like, well, I have to take it to my shop over there. Bro, I ain't giving you my fucking phone. Little dinky ass shop.
Andrew says it. Andrew has a famous word. He calls it perspicacity, right? The ability to perceive that which cannot be seen. So I like to be in a state of self-realizing things. So I'm constantly aware of my habits, my mental thoughts, people that I hang out with. And in that, you kind of develop an awareness for the world. It's not an intuitive awareness. It's a proactive awareness that is actually you realizing that things are kind of taking place. I'm not going to steal Andrew's word, but it's a good word. This week, I had like a big tax bill come, right? Big fucking tax bill.
Oh, you can't escape that.
Bro, I can't. It's like almost $1 million in taxes for whatever the year was. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting there. I could have done things better. But instead of beating myself, idiot, like you fucked up, or you could have done this better, I look at myself and I'm like, all right, it's part of the game. If it wasn't fun, if it wasn't interesting, then life wouldn't be worth it. So I treat myself with grace and compassion. And I think if people can sense that in them, that you know what you're learning, you're developing, you're growing, that if you mess up, if you fuck up, if you fall, that it's okay. Have you ever wondered why?
Find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again.
Thinking that people care, first of all, is an illusion, because most people don't give a fuck.
they'll forget in 30 seconds. They're in such NPC mode that you don't really even exist. You're just like another blink, and then their life continues. They won't remember tomorrow, so you gotta operate as if nobody existed. You run this shit, you run the game, and then the world starts molding itself to you.
There's only one way, one direction. If you're at the bottom, there's only one way, but you gotta look up. And when you look up, there's somebody there waiting for you. His name is G.O.D. And he's there with a hand, reaching out, waiting for you to take control of your life. Because I learned one very important lesson. Your relationship with God is like that of a captain and a crew member. One rows, the other one steers. Many times in our life, we want to get confident and cocky and arrogant. And God says, I steer, but I do not row. We need to put in the work, and God will guide. And that's the greatest lesson I've learned.
If you tell yourself enough times that it's possible, it can be possible. And I know it sounds crazy and I know it sounds motivational speaky, but imagine every single day, instead of saying, God, life is terrible, imagine your entire mindset was just like, it's possible to get to the next level. It's possible to be great. It's possible to make more money. It's possible to be more healthy. Even if you had to lie yourself into believing that. Sometimes you have to create a delusion, right? A delusion that is so far out there that people will think you're crazy.
The reason you're unhappy, ladies and gentlemen, is because you are focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on the wrong thing. Now, there's a verse in the Bible that says, do not be fooled. God cannot be mocked. As a man sows, so shall he also reap. Now, what does this mean? This means that for everything that you input, you will output in equal proportion. How foolish would it be for a farmer to look at the soil, stare at the soil 24/7, curse at the soil, be upset and depressed, expecting fruit when he has planted nothing, when he has not carefully watered and supervised the growth of his labor? It is stupid. Yet we do the exact same thing in our own lives. We expect a result without putting anything in.